Hey y'all, Cutie here, and today we have week 1 of ECA Season 5. This week I am up against Ramfan, coach of the New England Patrats, and he has on his team Mew, Mega Charizard X, Rotom Wash, Tangrowth, Bisharp, Togekiss, Xurkitree, Jellicent, Ninetales, Scrafty, Leavanny, and Jumpluff, with his Z captains being Mew, Togekiss, and Xurkitree. Just a reminder, my team, the Green Bay Leefs, is rocking out with Tornadus-T, Infernape, Dugtrio, Raikou, Metagross, Milotic, Donphan, Venomoth, Spiritomb, Mega Abomasnow, Granbull, and Alolan Executor, with my Z-Mons being Tornadus-T, Raikou, and Venomoth. So the way this is going to work is I am going to basically walk you through the team that I built. The battle already happened, so I know the outcome of the battle. I'm going to walk you through the team that I built, and then I am going to walk you guys through the replay turn by turn and talk about why I did what I did and how just kind of show you how the battle went. But first we're going to talk about the team that I built. So I decided to go with Tornadus-T, Infernape, Dugtrio, Raikou, Venomoth, and Donphan. So it's kind of a hyper-offensive team, with my main bulk being in Donphan, but I did throw an Assault Vest on Torn-T, and that's actually one of the first things I did when I built this team. Put Torn-T on, and I put down the Assault Vest, because I knew I wanted Torn-T to be able to stay in on some of his electric types, because I knew I was going to bring at least one of them between Xurkitree and Rotom Wash. And that was fine. I know with the Assault Vest Tornadus, he was able to take 1 Volt Switch from Rotom Wash without going under 50%, which is huge. Allowing me to stand on it and maybe clicking an attack or two if I need to. Hurricane is there basically for what's it called? The Tangrowth, sorry, and the Scrafty. Superpower is there for the Bisharp, Knockoff is there mainly for the Mew, also for Jellicent. So Torn-T is just there kind of to take some hits, deal some back, you know. Infernape, I also kind of knew Infernape was going to come early on, just because it does so much to his team. I picked Overheat over Flare Blitz because the 2 mons I'd use it on, which would be Tangrowth and Bisharp, both have better physical defense and special defense, and I knew Overheat would hit a lot harder. Close Combat is there just to hit a lot of things, like Rotom Wash or Mega Charizard X, stuff that I don't have other moves for on Infernape, if I have the opportunity to hit them. Or like Ninetales. Also the good for Bisharp and Scrafty, obviously. And then Stealth Rock I brought because I knew I actually wanted to lead Infernape and then switch out early on. Just because I really wanted to get Rocks up early on, because the opponent does have a Charizard, and his only hazard removals are in Mew, Rotom Wash, and Togekiss, meaning that he does not have a spinner, which means if he defogs, whatever hazards he set up also go away, which is huge for me. And I know that there's not a lot of things early on that he would lead with that Infernape can't handle. The one thing I was really afraid of was a Mega Charizard lead, which I didn't expect at all. So I figured it was going to be okay. So then I brought Dugtrio. Dugtrio is there pretty much to handle the Mega Charizard. I trap it, it tries to hit me if it's set up, it can't kill me, and I just take it out with Earthquake easily. Oh, I didn't even put in a... Wow, I forgot the extra +4 on this thing. That's okay, it didn't matter in the match, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it's literally just here for Mega Charizard, so I don't have a lot for it otherwise. Earthquakes to kill Charizard. Stone Edge I brought, maybe in case it didn't Mega Evolve yet, and it happens to come in for whatever reason, or it's in, I don't know. Or against the Togekiss, Stone Edge is good for. Shadow Claw, Shadow Claw and Night Slash were interchangeable here, because the same opponent, or the same mons on his team have the same weaknesses and resistances to Dark and Ghost, so I was like, okay, Shadow Claw looks cooler. Because they both have the high crit ratio, they both have the same PP, same base power, whatever. Brought Shadow Claw. And then Stealth Rock, oh, and Shadow Claw, again, mainly for the Mew. I brought a lot of things for the Mew, like little things. Mew really scared me when I was building, just because I always have a hard time prepping for Mew, because it's so unpredictable. But we'll talk a bit more about that later on. And then Stealth Rock, I had in case the Stealth Rocks from Infernape got defogged away, and I happened to maybe live on Focus Sash after killing Zard X, and I needed to get those rocks back up. And then I had that option to do so. Again, Dugtree was really just a gimmicky thing to get rid of Megazard if I need to. Raikou, I wasn't going to bring Raikou on this team, but then I realized that he has no ground type, and his fastest Mon is base 100 in both Mew and Megazard X, and Raikou outspeeds both those, and I was like, oh, well, there's no way I'm not bringing this thing, because that's a guarantee outspeed on anything that's not scarved or set up with speed, and I can just Volt Switch all over his team. So that was a brainless pick for me to bring. Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, I just kind of brought to have a setup choice with Raikou. I figured that was the best bet with wanting to hit harder and being able to take hits, not having a lot of bulk on this team. Thunderbolt, mainly there for Togekiss, but you can also hit a lot of his team for neutral damage, which is big. Shadow Ball, again, pretty much there for Mew. I just really want a lot of things to do with Mew. Venomoth I brought as another offensive presence more so than a utility. Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain is a fairly common set with it. Bug Buzz, again for Mew, but also does well against the Tangrowth. You can also hit Mons like a Charizard for damage because of Tinted Lens, which is a great ability. Sludge Bomb for Togekiss, and well, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, the Grass types on his team as well. You know, the ones that aren't weak to Bug Buzz, which would just be Jump Bluff. Giga Drain is there just so I can maybe recover health off of Jellicent or Rotom Wash given the opportunity. If I'm able to set up before one of them comes out, because I don't see myself setting up on, well, at least not on Rotom Wash, maybe on Jellicent. And then lastly, Donphan. Again, this is kind of my bulkiest one on the team. I decided to bring it especially bulky because I wanted to be able to stand on Mons like Rotom or Togekiss or Jellicent, Ninetales, and be able to do damage on them. Earthquake is there because it's an essential move on Donphan. Hits Megazard X and Ninetales really hard. Hits his electric type Circuitry, maybe not Rotom Wash. Gunk Shot, I mentioned that I want to be able to stay on Tangrowth. Well, I also want to be able to hit it back. Gunk Shot I figured would be the best bet because it also will hit his grass types rather than me bringing Stone Edge and not being able to touch the grass types with Donphan. And Knock Off, again, mainly for Mew, but it's also good to be able to knock items off of other things too, given the right circumstances. So yeah, that's the team I brought. A couple issues that I know I have with it, and I didn't realize these till after the match. These issues may or may not have affected how the battle went. I don't want to give spoilers or anything. I know some of them did, some of them did not. In no particular order, one issue is that I creeped everything, barring Dugtrio, to outspeed everything without Scarf. So anything he brings that has Scarf has the chance to outspeed me. I didn't do a lot of calcs with Scarves, admittedly. I did build this team right before a battle, so I didn't have a ton of time. I mean, I took my time. I'm not saying I was rushed or anything. I could have taken more time if I needed to. I wanted to get the battle done with. Also, Sticky Webs on Leavanny, I didn't think about either. That could have really crippled my team, given the opportunity. I've always been bad at prepping for Mew. I feel like I brought a lot of random little things and not like a concise plan to take care of it. Oh, and I forgot a Toxic user. He has a lot of bulky mons on his team, like Mew itself, and I didn't bring Toxic. I know Mew has synchronized, but it still would have been worth getting Toxic off on one of his bulkiest mons and most unpredictable mons. So yeah, I meant to bring Toxic. I didn't think to put it on anything. Let's see how that goes. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. And yeah, let's go see how the battle went. Alright, so here's our actual battle. As you can see, Ram ended up bringing Mega Charizard, Rotom Wash, Mew, Tangrowth, Scrafty, and Togekiss. No Circuitry was really nice to see. I didn't really want to do a Scarf Circuitry. No Bisharp was also fairly nice, I'll admit. And then no Leavanny or Jumpluff. I was a little afraid of Jumpluff because it was base 110, and I prepped for base 100. I know I mentioned during my team prep that his fastest things were Mew and Charizard. I forgot about Jumpluff in that moment when I said that, but I didn't expect him to bring it. That's why I didn't prep much for it, and seeing it not come really reassured that I had prepped accordingly for that. Mew did come. That was a little unfortunate. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't bring Mew to this match, but it's here. Rotom Wash and Charizard are also kind of scary. I'm fairly confident in my ability to deal with Tangrowth, Scrafty, Togekiss based on my prep. It's the other two that are going to be a bit of an issue, bit of an uphill battle. So I stick with my plan here, leading Infernape, hoping he doesn't lead with Mega Charizard, and lo and behold, he leads with Mega Charizard. So in this moment, I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can really switch to in this situation. If I switch to Dugtrio and he clicks a move, I basically lose Dugtrio. I didn't want to switch to anything else either. So what I did was I decided, okay, I want to get my rocks up. That was the plan from the start. He might switch out Charizard at some point. I need rocks up during this battle. Also helpful for the Togekiss. I really need rocks up. So I stuck with my plan of getting rocks up right away. And he Mega Evolves, I get my rocks up, and he clicks Swords Dance, which is not the setup move I wanted here. I really wish he used Dragon Dance, because then that would allow me to click U-turn, because I know I still could live here if he doesn't have Earthquake. If he had brought Dragon Dance, then he would outspeed me. I could safely click U-turn and get into Dugtrio without taking damage. However, if I U-turn now into Dugtrio, or hard switch into Dugtrio, then he does damage, and the whole plan of using Dugtrio to get rid of Mega Charizard is gone. So at this point, I decided on a plan. I decided that I would let Infernape go early on. Now, this wasn't that big of a deal to me because he didn't bring Bisharp, he didn't bring a lot of his grass types, he didn't bring anything that Infernape was really needed to handle. I had other stuff for the Tangrowth, I had other stuff for the Scrafty. I knew I could let Infernape go down. I had another Stealth Rocker that I could rely on if I really needed to. So I figured if I let Infernape go down here, go into Dugtrio with full health, I could just get rid of the Mega Charizard and it wouldn't be an issue anymore. So that's the plan I stuck with. I clicked Close Combat here. Did half health, which was good. He clicks Flame Charge. That's when I realized, oh, so he does have an attack boosting move and a speed boosting move. They're just not together in Dragon Dance. I was like, okay, this is where I actually clicked U-turn this next turn, because now I know he's faster than me. He can, if for some reason he decides to set up again and not hit me, I can punish him by going to a full health Dugtrio and take him out. Because remember, Dugtrio is Focus Sash. So he does take me out, which is okay. I didn't get the U-turn off. Infernape goes down. Again, it's all part of the plan. I'm not worried about it. Dugtrio comes in. He can't switch out. He flame charges me. I live with 1 health, and I take out the Mega Charizard, which is perfect. I was very happy with the start to the battle. Losing Infernape was a bit unfortunate, but again, I'm confident in the rest of my team's ability to take on the rest of his team. I think it was worth the sacrifice, in my opinion. So here he goes into Rotom Wash. I actually decided to switch out here. I actually don't remember what I switched out to. Oh, no, that's right. Here I'm okay with losing Dugtrio now. It's done its job. I mentioned during the team builder, its one job was to take out the Mega Charizard, and it did that job. So I'm okay with trying to get off damage on this thing because I don't have a lot for Rotom Wash otherwise. And I click Stone Edge. I didn't hit the Stone Edge, unfortunately, but it didn't really matter that much in the long run. I knew it wouldn't have mattered in the long run. I even acknowledged that in the chat here, so you know I'm not bluffing right now. Oh, I guess I didn't. I said it's all good. That's kind of what I meant. I thought I said something more specific. He goes to Scrafty. I click Stealth Rock. Oh, wait. No, I actually skipped like 2 turns. So I missed a Stone Edge. He defogs here. I was like, okay, fine. I'll Stealth Rock again until he takes me out. But then he actually switched to the Scrafty. I'm not really sure why he switched. Maybe expecting me to switch to something else. I don't know. I'm not really sure why he switched. He could have stayed in taking out Dugtrio easily. But he switched, so I switched as well. The next turn to Torn because I knew that this thing wouldn't have a lot for Torn, and I could take it out with a Hurricane pretty easily, given that he's not like an Assault Vest set, which he proved here. He's not Assault Vest. He's a bulky bulk up set. And then he realizes he's threatened and switches out back to Rotom Wash. Okay, I believe I hit a Hurricane here. I think I confused this turn. Yeah, so confusion was big because, again, I mentioned I don't have a ton to take care of the Rotom Wash. So landing at Confusion was really nice because that gives me the chance to land moves. I felt a little bad about it. He was like, yeah, hacks for hacks, it's cool. I was like, alright, I guess. I knocked off here because, again, I knew I was Assault Vest and I knew a Volt Switch. I had calculated a Volt Switch could not do more than half health to me. And I knew if I just U-turned, I could easily get my health back with Regenerator. So I wanted to get this item off of it. He does Volt Switch, and I was correct. It didn't do more than half health. He wasn't any weird set. Goes to Mew. So I U-turn right away, and I went to Dugtrio. Here I'm thinking I can trap it, see what the Shadow Claw will do. I'm not really sure what his set is, but I'll try it. He reveals a Roost here. That's okay. Shadow Claw only does like 30% or 29%. And this is where he reveals Calm Mind. And I'm like, oh shit. I don't really have a lot for a Calm Mind Mew. I did not expect a Calm Mind Mew. So what I did here was I quickly looked at my team and was like, what do I have that can handle a Calm Mind Mew? Oh, I have Calm Mind Raikou. Maybe if we have like a Calm Mind race, I can maybe take it out with Shadow Ball. Again, not a surefire way to win, or at least win this 1v1, but I didn't have a lot of options here, so I figured I'd try it. Went to Raikou. Okay. He clicks Roost here to get that damage, the health back. Fair play. Now, Ram actually told me after the battle that on this turn, he expected me to click Roar to get rid of the Mew, which I didn't even think about when building. I didn't expect Calm Mind Mew. It's a fair expectation. I think that would be a very viable thing to do right now. However, I didn't have Roar on my Raikou. I click Calm Mind here, and he clicks Genesis Supernova. Now, again, I know I'm bulky enough to take this. I didn't know how well I was going to take it, but I knew it wouldn't take me out. Only did half health, a little over half health. That was okay. I didn't have recovery aside from leftovers, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but I think did I do one more Calm Mind? I did do one more Calm Mind. So here he taunts me, so I can't Calm Mind anymore. And this is where I click Shadow Ball, and it does a solid 60%. Again, he did not know I had Shadow Ball. He didn't expect Shadow Ball at that time, so he figured he was fine to stay in. And he didn't think he needed to recover. So I believe, I don't know when he clicked. Did he click Calm Mind again? Yeah, he did. So here I'm like, okay, he's at +1 special defense. It did 60. I went and calced. I believe that Shadow Ball killing here was a roll. It wasn't a high roll. It wasn't. Or yeah, I guess I'm mixing up my terms here. Yeah. Shadow Ball had a good chance to kill. It wasn't guaranteed, so I was a little nervous, but I did click Shadow Ball, and it did take out the Mew. Cool. Mew is down. one of the biggest threats to my team. Well, not necessarily the biggest threat. Actually, it was a big threat because of the way he built it. But Mew was just scary to me. Again, I have a very hard time prepping for Mew because you don't know what it's going to bring almost ever, and it's gone. So remember I mentioned earlier that Charizard, Mew, and Rotom Wash were the 3 I was most scared of. 2 of them are down, which is huge for me, and I'm at 5, he's at 4. Again, doesn't matter a ton at this point in the game. Here he goes to Scrafty. I clicked Volt Switch here. I don't remember. Oh, I didn't think Thunderbolt would be able to kill, and I couldn't Calm Mind again. So I just decided I'll switch out back to Tornadus, because I know Tornadus can do a better job of taking out Scrafty. Oh no, I sacked Dugtrio. Okay. I wanted a clean switch to Tornadus, because I didn't know what this thing was going to use. For all I know, it could have had Stone Edge or something. I think it gets Stone Edge. If not, I'm going to sound really dumb right now, but I think it does. Dugtrio's down. That's fine. Again, I didn't have much of a use for it at this point anyways. I have Rocks up. Torn is out. I click U-turn here just because I want to get the chip damage and switch into something like Donphan, which I knew Donphan would be able to take on everything that he has left. Whereas with Torn, if I had left Torn, he could have gone into Rotom Wash and would have had an advantage. Goes into Rotom. I click, yeah, he clicks Defog. I think I click Gunk Shot here and take it out. Again, I'm Assault Vest. I knew I could have taken a Hydro Pump and done the damage, and that would have been a fine use for Donphan to me, considering I have no recovery. Rotom's down, and now the 3 most scariest mounts are down. He's down to Tangrowth and Togekiss. So I figure if I think I went to Torn here, and I realized that he clicked Leech Seed. So I realized he's more of a utility set than an offensive set, which is great for me. He clicks he clicks Protect to try to get the Leech Seed damage off. Yeah, I miss the Hurricane here. He clicks Giga Drain, doesn't do a ton. I lose Leech Seed. I think I click Hurricane one more time, and I realize that if I stay in again, I risk losing Torn. So I U-turn out to Venomoth, and I know that if his most offensive move is Giga Drain, or only offensive move is Giga Drain, I can Quiver Dance on this no problem. He does set up Leech Seed, I believe, as a Quiver Dance. Yep, there's the Leech Seed. I'm at +1 right now, and +1, actually, Bugwuzz would have taken this thing out without the Quiver Dance, but I wanted to get one up in case I have to deal with Togekiss right away. So I click Bugwuzz, and Tangrowth goes down. Togekiss comes out, and this is where I realized that Togekiss's Air Slash could actually take me out. I didn't calc it before I killed Tangrowth. And at this point I want to play for the 4-0. So I make a hard switch to Raikou. He clicks Air Slash. Oh, he clicks Tailwind. Okay, so he's Tailwinded, he outspeeds me no matter what. Clicks Air Slash. I flinch. And I got really nervous because I've been on both sides of the situation before. I know how much it sucks to get flinched out by an opponent, and I got really nervous that it was going to happen to me. It wouldn't have been a huge deal because I had other things for this no matter what. Sorry, getting notifications. I have 3 viruses apparently. I knew no matter what, I was going to have something to go into, so I just left Raikou in and kept clicking Thunderbolt until it landed. And I think this turn I actually did get one off. Yep, and then I'm like, okay, please let me get one more off and just let me win. Let me win. He Heat Waves me. I don't know why he Heat Waved there. He probably would have had a better chance of killing me if he clicked Air Slash another couple times. Maybe he thought that I was a different set and Heat Wave would kill. Actually, I think I was min Special Defense Raikou, so I don't really understand that. I mean, maybe it was a roll. I don't know. But either way, a solid 4-0. GG to Ram, definitely. I think I played fairly well during that game. Again, my prep could have been better, but I think I out-prepped him overall, and I played well with what I had. I think he played well with what he had too. But yeah, definitely GG. 4-0 win. Week 1 is definitely the best start I've had to season since Season 1 of ECA. So, felt really good to get this early on in the season, and hopefully we will continue to do well. I'll catch you guys next week with week 2. We play, I don't even know. Oh, I play Nathan, coach of the Milwaukee Braviers. So that'll be a fun match. Anyways, catch you guys next time.